Welcome once again. It is the 32nd NRM Day that took place there at Boma Grounds, and of course that is in Arua Municipality. It is of course the 26th of January 2018. I'm Patricia Lokoma together with
Rhoda Ngonzi. And
on sign language we do have Bukenya Wycliffe to take you through the details of news tonight. Straight away into the news. President Yoweri Museveni has said that the ideology has helped the national resistance movement to stay in power for the past 3 decades.
The president was speaking at celebrations to mark the 32nd NRM Day at Boma Grounds in Arua Municipality, Arua District, West Nile sub-region. We have that story.
President Yoweri Museveni was today the chief guest at celebrations to mark the 32nd NRM Day at Boma Grounds in Arua Municipality. The president said that many African countries had many problems due to lack of ideology, adding that NRM was started in the 1960s by a student movement and people from other political parties who realized that the political parties at the time were promoting sectarianism of religion and tribe.
We were able to diagnose the problems of our society and lay out prescription for solving them. In particular, we rejected the confusion about sectarianism of religion or tribe.
The president told Ugandans that through the NRM principles of patriotism and Pan-Africanism, government has been able to promote unity and guarantee prosperity and better security.
Our answer was, don't think about your religion, don't think about your tribe. Do not think whether you are a woman or a man. You think of yourself as a patriot who loves his or her country.
He said that the NRM government has been able to change society through 2 stimuli, education and liberalization. President Museveni reiterated that the NRM government would continue to improve infrastructure in the country, such as roads, power dams and hospitals, to enable the private sector make profits.
So we are going to modernize the railway. As we have heard, we are going to build a standard gauge railway linking with Kenya, linking with Rwanda, linking with South Sudan and with Congo. Then we are also going to use Lake Victoria and the Nile for water transport because they make the transport much cheaper. All those are efforts to assist the private sector to make money and do so cheaply.
He heartily thanked the people of West Nile for their contribution to the peace enjoyed in the country.
The 2 occasions, West Nile contributed to peace in Uganda. But even when the idiot Kony was killing people in Acholi, people of West Nile refused to join that nonsense. So it's good that we held this day here to recognize the contribution of the people of West Nile to the peacemaking in Uganda.
Vice President Edward Kiwanuka II, Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda, and Parliamentary Speaker Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, among other senior government officials, attended the celebrations. UBC TV, Harriet Nambi.
Now, the chairperson, Saidina Abubakari Islamic Hospital, Professor Majid Kajimu, has called for more support to move the hospital higher.
Well, he says due to the emerging health complications, there is need to introduce technologies and staff to serve in the communities.
This was during a dua organized by the management, thanking God for enabling the hospital run for 13 years.
The Muslim-based hospital serves the community of Wakiso district. We do have details.
The Muslim community of Wakiso district wants more funding to enable the Islamic Medical Association of Uganda for better health services to communities in Wakiso district. The chairperson, Professor Majid Kajimu, says the hospital targets extending Allah's selfless service of deen and has trained its medics to attend to patients with wisdom.
We established this institution, Sayyidina Bakr Islamic Hospital, 13 years ago to help us to serve Allah. And our motto is Allah's selfless health service as the Islamic Medical Association of Uganda and the hospital as a whole.
Over 300 patients received free treatment in a corporate social responsibility of serving humanity, and complicated cases are to be dealt with tomorrow.
As our Islamic teachings say, you thank Allah by giving out to other people.
However, the hospital has challenges that need address for the advancement of services.
That we discovered that religiosity is a very important part in improving the health of communities. We discovered that the more religious the people are, the less HIV infections. We tested people around our communities and we made this discovery, which is extremely important in preventing HIV infections.
The hospital is under the Federation of Islamic Medical Associations, which works in promoting the health of communities, as well as being part of the Organization of Islamic Conventions. Sudat Kaye reporting.
Now, former Forum for Democratic Change President Dr. Kizza Besigye has decried the poor mentorship of children, which has resulted into a wide gap between parents and children.
During an interaction with Primary 7 leavers at his home in Kasangati, Dr. Besigye warned parents that children form the future of the country.
The education of children starts at home before children go to school. This informal education partly determines what a child will be and what goals they will achieve in future.
To thank the government for building more schools for children.
During their interaction with the FDC chairman, Dr. Kizza Besigye, many children narrated touching experiences, with some unconditionally shedding tears.
There is a reason and no reason. They hit you so much. So I hate hitting a child. And now not hit my children. On the bad side is the school fees is too high. They increase every year, which my parent cannot afford. Yes.
One touching experience is a little boy of 12 years who scored 12 aggregates after a 7 years hustle, who called on well-wishers to come to his rescue.
I passed primary 5,
yes,
primary 6, and primary 7.
yes.
But when I enter the class, the teacher tells me that you can bring the school fees.
Okay.
Mercy and glory of God. I got 12 aggregates.
Oh, wow! That's very good.
And while I'm kneeling down, if there is somebody who can help me, please help me. Because I have not even got a school to go in second.
While mentoring children at his home in Kasangati, Dr. Kizza Besigye expressed dismay on how children are being tortured psychologically.
The reason we talk to young people is so that we can develop a new citizen who is empowered. We want to build a positive future, and that's why we engage with the children, show them the country that we want, and encourage them, inspire them to work.
Besigye has called on parents to be supportive of their children at all times so as to help them build and achieve their goals.
The purpose of this is really to encourage, to mentor, to continue to mentor our children, to encourage them to set goals, to encourage them to work hard for those goals, to persevere in whatever they are doing, to have values as they grow up, values that are good for our community. That's why you may have.
This is the second annual event where Dr. Chizabesye engages with different children in a mentorship interaction. The function was attended by the Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago and Kawempe MP Mubaraka Munyagwa. Susan Naonga and Gloria Gwitabinji reporting.
Thank you, Susan and Gloria. Now, India's High Commissioner to Uganda, Rav Shankar, has urged the Indian community to utilize Uganda's political stability and excel in business.
Shankar reaffirms that such an opportunity should not be taken for granted. He was addressing the 2017 Indian Business Forum Awards in Kampala. Samuel Galande reports.
400 of years, Indians have been trading in Uganda, although former President Idi Amin's expulsion of Asians in 1972 disrupted the relationship. India's High Commissioner to Uganda, Rav Shankar, is emphatic on ensuring that all Indians in Uganda recognize and enjoy the conducive political environment to do business.
To thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for his leadership over the last 3.5 decades or so, which has not only given Uganda a very stable and a very positive political environment, but also a very vibrant economic backdrop.
The Secretary General of India Business Forum, Ramesh Babu, estimates 30,000 Indians live and work in Uganda and contribute 60% to Uganda's revenue.
So we thought Indian Business Forum to recognize those business houses who are excelling, to recognize them so that they can continue this activities what they are doing, and also encourage the new people who are not doing it also learn from them.
The India Business Forum has recognized the India-owned businesses in Uganda that performed best in 2017.
Almost 17 awards we given out for the different sectors, right from steel sector, then we have education sector, we have awards for the corporate social responsibility, and also we have given an award for somebody who is doing corporate governance, which is very important because you see that doing business is one thing and following the corporate governance principles.
Sudhiru Pareria's Mera Investments won the real estate sector. Bank of India and Bank of Baroda excelled in banking. Jubilee and Phoenix won insurance, while roofings took the steel category. Samuel Garandi, UBC News.
Well, thank you very much there, Samuel Galandi, and that was the Indian Business Awards happening in Kampala. We're going to go for a very short break, but don't go away, for we are returning with more stories in News Tonight.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Over the years, Uganda government has come under fire over universal primary education, which many say is shambolic. Now, but with Mugwanya Preparatory School Kaboja, a UPE school, finishing third overall from the 2017 primary leaving examinations, many must now rethink that position. We have a story. Let's take a look.
Mugwanya Preparatory School Kaboja has been in thanksgiving for finishing third overall in the 2017 primary leaving examinations.
There you are. A victory cake. Congratulations.
The Brothers of Christian Instruction-based school scored 100% first grades from its 111 registered pupils. The school head teacher, Brother Godfrey Lutaya, says that other co-curricular activities besides formal education make them tick. The UPE school charges at those with negative attitude of government policy.
It's possible for a government-aided UPE school to excel and excel wholesomely. That's another statement we are making today, here and now. Much as the media put us in the third position countrywide, the two schools ahead of us that are just a few numbers more are all private schools. My head teachers will bear me witness here that we have many of us here that are seated here. We have no envy of a private school going slightly ahead of us. Every serious teacher knows how they do it and would not admire their pedagogy.
Brother Lutaya was addressing parents at a Thanksgiving ceremony presided over by Father Joseph Luzindana and attended by, among others, former police spokesperson Fred Enanga.
You've been seeing a number of other extracurricular activities, things to do with religion, discipline. So Mugwanya Preparatory has been bringing out this pupil who is actually complete, okay? Religious ways, in terms of discipline, in terms of education, in terms of abilities. So they help explore the talents that the pupils really have, and that is the way to.
The school also rewarded top performers Kirabo Kero, Praise Kitibwa, and Eric Ocheng. John Barnes, Sentamu, reporting.
Moving into the Ministry of Investment, State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite has said that government will assist investors by subsidizing water bills and electricity bills in order to ease their work. Anite was on an industrial tour of Kapeka district, where government will construct industries to address youth unemployment.
Intulusi nirimu Chintu Habati.
There has emerged a land dispute on 43 acres of land situated in Busimao village, Chiyunga Town Council in Luka. An NRM cadre, Musokolo Diamo, claims to have bought the land at 1.75 million Ugandan shillings from the late Chintu Lawrence. 17. Ruth Nakayuza says the money was used to hire the land.
Nze mwami Sokolo gabanga mukamange yamuguza nze Sokolo asembe mu ebikado manya enanasi n'ebigugu. Mwami Sokolo kyata akola yagula ettaka nali ndi awo kai baba yakoba ati ndi kumwongeza.
It is a common practice here in Loka where I've seen people make agreements without giving a period. And but I'm happy this meeting has come to a sense of understanding that such things can be resolved on a round table.
This was during a village meeting which was stopped for 30 minutes to have Musokolo present the original copy of the land title. Musokolo instead returned with letters of agreement which were questionable. He warned relatives of the late Chintu against grabbing his land. The RDC Luka district in Subuga Bewayo Stephen advised the two parties to agree and resolve the matter amicably.
Abana bona bayikiriza ngonu bwakobye nti Yesu muze yinzo kuba yakola ki yafuna kusente kuvani mwa Musokolo tiendo emikasa neta okusika tubana musandire mukulu Musokolo katumulekera kulire ife twala kulitia yona bisobola kola ki okuba mwakira sinza kuva muki mukutesa si chairperson munambe oya nibo akuleta kamilioni katia kaleki.
The land issue arose
when the children and relatives of the late Chintu went to the office of the RDC, Luka, seeking an intervention in the matter for them to get ownership and redevelop the land.
Baba tukukobera ekituufu tukaali kumanya musokolo bwe yagula itaka ni baba wu yafuiririire ifaayi kye tubaire tuyidde kyakupangisa
itaka nga bw'olikoba baliraano ba itaka eryo side ne side baaliwo kyokubiri wabaaliwo mu ndagaano bali.
I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwetabenje.
Well, of course, that was the story about the 43 acres of piece of land located in Busimao village, Luka district, which landed Mosokolo Demiano NRM cadre into hot soup. Of course, right now we turn onto the Tororo story or the crisis that is happening in Tororo.
Establishing the cause of last year's poor performance in primary living examination in Tororo has upset district officials and educationists. In 2017 primary living examinations, Tororo district ranked third last, probably due to the absence of the tri-pillar involvement of all stakeholders in education, including local leaders. The district leadership has engaged teachers and, to a certain extent, parents.
We want to bridge the gap. We need to identify our challenges and address them. But if you feel you don't want to be spoken about, then how shall we address this issue? Each of us have to accept the blame.
Must we mingle as education officers enough portion and lunchtime your children leave Chaminula, leave Aturukuku, leave Juba, leave Markatipe View to come and eat from our offices? That's a naked lie.
Poor feeding, parents engaging learners in doing business, and low attention by the district education office could have given Tororo district the third last ranking. Among the municipalities, Tororo ranked 27th out of the 37.
But we are now digging into this issue and we are zeroing down to something. You see, we want to talk from evidence point of view with the evidence.
Tororo RDC Martin Oroch cites divisionism and infighting responsible for paralyzing supervision by the education department. It seems the situation is beyond control. During the meeting, Tororo Municipality MP Ofono Yeri rewarded 167 pupils who excelled in Division 1.
Someone who's educated can reduce the bills on health.
Can employing such interventions restore the performance of the once academic giants in the region, like Rockview School, St. Kizito, and Okuti Primary School? Onyango Jackson, reporting for UBC TV.
I welcome you.
State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite has said that government will assist investors by subsidizing water bills and electricity bills in order to ease their work. Anite was on an industrial tour of Kapeka district where government will construct industries to address youth unemployment. We take a look.
Minister of Finance and Investment Evelyn Anite has promised investors that government is going to reduce water and electricity bills so as to ease their work in constructing industries. This was during the industrial tour in Kapeka, where government will allocate industries to address youth unemployment. Minister says as government has a mission to reach by 2020, which is to take its people to middle-income class.
Our Fund Saleh is really giving these investors all this necessary support they need and the guidance. Because if you look at this industrial park, I look at it as going to be our Hausa. Those of you who know the Hausa Ethiopian industrial park, I look at this as that type of industrial park that we're going to have as a country. The jobs that you're going to see, the way they're planning it, and all this thanks to General Saleh for the guidance that he has given to the investors. And also I'm very happy that the investors are working very fast. The industrial park that we're standing in here right now, this one of the ceramics, the Goodwill ceramics, they've only taken 6 months to reach where they are, and April we are looking at 1,000 jobs. And our target as government is to create 2 million jobs by the year 2040. So if we're getting already these big numbers of jobs, with this only one factory going to create 1,000 plus jobs, I believe we'll be able to attain our dream of reaching middle income status and creating jobs for the young people of this country.
Now, what
I actually got from the investors themselves. First of all, I'm disappointed that the mangoes that I found them processing today in the factory was coming from Kenya. But I got comforted when
Minister has pledged people to get involved in government programs and plant more mangoes because now there is market for them here in Uganda than getting them in Kenya. The tour was headed by the head of Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh, and other leaders of the district. Sharon Chomjisha, Mugera Patrick, UBC News.
Let's take a short break. We'll return with more details.
Now looking into the 32 years since the NRM resisted, that is the National Resistance Movement, ascended to power after a 5-year protracted people's struggle that liberated Uganda from dictatorial regimes. Hundreds of Ugandans known as Bush War heroes or veterans participated in the guerrilla war that weakened Dr. Milton Obote's government and later toppled of that of General Tito Okello. We do have that archive.
We called one when we are memorizing that Bush War.
You mean this place never had a name before?
Mugenyi Aaron was a teenager tending his parents' livestock, mainly cattle, in the then Chikunyu sub-county of Mubende district in the early 1980s. But this was before the liberation struggle that started on the 6th February 1981, lasting up to 26th January 1986 in these plains of Chiboga County, Mubende district, part of Luwero Triangle, Central Region, in which Mugenyi participated. At the end of the Liberation War, Chikunyu sub-county was renamed Dwaniro in memory of the bitter wars fought in this area. Now, the 50-year-old Mugenyi is the Dwaniro sub-county chairperson.
This area, the Dwaniro sub-county, the most of people are dying there. Some people are coming from outside the sub-county, outside from district. They've seen the monument and we remembered our soldiers.
A monument housing skulls of those who died during the liberation struggle has been built at Dwaniro sub-county headquarters in memory of those who participated in the struggle. Haji Idris Sedunga was one of Yoweri Museveni's supporters who participated in the 5-year Popular Resistance Army struggle that later evolved into the National Resistance Army.
Mbasaba baleme kwogera nnyo bigambo bibuzabuza abantu bagende basomesa abantu kuba babane sente z'okuddamu constituency.
Now, the chairperson of civilian veterans, Haji Sedunga, says there are over 80,000 Liberation War heroes and their children across the Luwero Triangle and neighboring areas.
Programu weri akasimu. Endala waliyo Luwero Lwenzori eyambako ku bantu era okugaba ebintu eri ministry ya Luwero wamwami Galabuzi. N'olwekyo ebintu ebimu bikolebwa naye abantu ebayo development fund ne bagaba ne ku mabaati ne bagana sementi abantu ne bazimba amayumba.
Our veteran and a resident of Chankwanzi, Amir Sentengo, says the National Resistance Movement has empowered marginalized sections of society, mainly women, youth, elders, people with disabilities, and workers.
The Ugandans, we have a cause how we can celebrate this historical day. Because I myself am the publicity secretary, Chankwas district, and I'm one of the main leaders, and I participate in struggle. That's where I have something to tell my fellow Ugandans, and also development and achievement. Then after the struggle, we have our own district, Chiboga, Chankwas. N'olwekyo nti neenyumirizaamu okulaba
eras change, so people should discover that we are in another era of not seeking for jobs, that the government has not given us jobs, you have no jobs, you've gone to school. Actually, I advise them to keep working hard, be productive, be innovative, and to be creative.
Chigundu Kabandwa, a retired second lieutenant, participated in the 5-year liberation struggle and is happy that the victorious National Resistance Army has since restored political stability, respect for human rights, national unity, peace, security, law and order, constitutionalism, and the rule of law.
The liberation struggle, the war started when I was still young. I played my role first as a Kadogo. Kadogos played a vital role by that time in the liberation of Uganda by guiding, because we are source of information, we are people who are courageous, and we had no fear in whatever we are doing. So Kadogos were at the center of the liberation struggle. That's why you see
Godfrey Nume was the Kadogo during the liberation struggle and is now the NRM vice chairman, Chiboga district. He is happy that they are now playing their rightful role in management of public affairs.
First contact abachi abatandikirwa mu rutaro mkinana gumwe ababeni bashikirwaho no bwa guide habukubangu ebitweka bya Kiboga Buremezi kandi mbyetegereza munonga.
In Michana, war veterans frequently pay reverence to a monument at Kasamanyi sub-county bearing skulls of those that helped in restoring peace in the country. The veterans are happy that President Museveni has fulfilled their aspirations, but want government to give them financial support. Manyi, formerly of Mubende, was one of the areas where bitter wars were fought during the 5-year liberation war.
Etujjuke naffe twakasiimo n'okutusasula amabanja gaffe ag'emmere gye baalya.
Ekijjukizo kyaffe ekyo eky'ebusujju kiyoyootebwe ng'ebirala, naddala n'abantu abeesenzezzaako nabo baveeko nabo bafune wawala we babateeka naye naffe batujjukize ekijjukizo kyaffe bakitereeze bulungi.
The National Resistance Movement has since established participatory democracy through decentralization and self-governance through local councils, leading to political empowerment and social harmony of Ugandans.
Yes, I do agree with the veterans' suggestion there with the NRM success. And of course, 32 years in power is quite a big number. Perhaps we can praise the NRM government for the infrastructure that has developed in the country. We're going to go for a very short break, but do not go away, for Rhoda is quite ready with what's topping on the business desk. Stay with us.
Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us here on News Tonight. In business news, as Uganda celebrates 32 years of victory against bad rule, parents in partnership with recruiting bureaus have also commended the current government for a conducive environment of the recruiting companies to take youth for employment. The Managing Director, Middle East Consultant, Gordon Mujenyi, says they have sought employment for over 10,000 youth in the United Arab Emirates.
In the 32 years of the National Resistance Movement government, Ugandans are celebrating peace, stability and a conducive environment for recruiting bureaus to take the Ugandan youth abroad for employment.
At least it should improve, like in these projects which are approaching us to come, like to go abroad and work.
naye ate terowooza nti abaana ba Uganda bonna balina kuggweranga bweru nga bakola.
Lingi nnyo kubanga okufuna omukisa guno si kyangu
The managing director, Middle East Consultants, Gordon Mujenyi, says in the last 5 years they have recruited over 10,000 to the United Arab Emirates. He appeals to government to reduce the high charges on passports to enable every Ugandan access them.
Our people, they are very poor because we are getting some contracts where they are not giving us free tickets, where they need big number, of which our people, they don't have money for passports. If, for example, we can use portion of the youth fund, for example, of youth fund, on financing these unable guys or candidates who can't pay for their passports, those who cannot pay for their tickets, at least they use this part of the youth fund.
He was seeing of over 100 youth at Muyenga before traveling to Entebbe International Airport to the United Arab Emirates countries. Mugenyi advised some parents and relatives to utilize the funds sent to them by their children who are working abroad. He said the money can set up projects and cause change to many families when the contracts have expired. Abiona Francisco and Salongo Kasibante for UBC News.
Industries in West Nile region will boost the region's economy and spur socio-economic development. Residents of Arua argue that proximity to consumption-leaning countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan will offer trade and business opportunities for the entire region.
Arua municipality is one of the fastest growing urban centers in the country. In the last 15 years, Arua's population has grown rapidly from at least 44,000 people to over 90,000 currently. The growth of population has spurred socio-economic development of the district, says Pario Patrick, a resident.
Arua is growing, economically businesses are booming, but there's no clear sign of we getting maybe things like industry, factories coming to Arua. So these are things government need to tap in and see that the place becomes really a city.
Arua district relies on imports from industrialized urban centers such as Kampala due to unstable power supply. The proximity to South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo offers a business and trade niche that's yet to be fully exploited.
Our people of Arua have benefited, especially with the business partners they have in Sudan and DRC. And I'm seeing it's a very good opportunity if the government is to tap in to see that they come up with strategic ways of enhancing the business relationship between these three countries in the bordering Arua.
Another sector is the hospitality industry, which has grown leaps and bounds in the last decade. However, the manager at Desert Breeze Hotel, Joseph Okwagu, says the town has less decent accommodation facilities.
So we have so many guests coming here. Actually, what happens is, when you are like coming to West Nile, you need to book your room at least in a fortnight. Yeah, so that you are safe. You are safe. You also give us some chance of arranging for you, because what happens if you book like in a week, yes, you may have it by chance, but definitely we shall have problems here, because almost all the time these hotels of this kind of level, you find that you cannot have a room.
Considering the fact that Arua is a base for non-governmental organizations working in the West Nile sub-region or serving South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo, more investment in decent accommodation and hotels is vital. Dennis Igor for UBC News in Arua.
Thank you, Sigoa. Now, businesses in downtown Kampala went on as usual as the rest of the population went on holiday to commemorate the Liberation and NRM Day. Prices of most commodities remained lower than usual, with buyers taking home handfuls of groceries and other merchandise. This year's national celebrations were held at Arua Hill Boma grounds under the theme Uganda's Liberation, a significant contribution to our present and future development. Let's take a look at that.
The business fraternity in Kampala went on with business normally as the National Resistance Movement NRM government commemorated 32 years in Arua district. The transport sector, shops and markets were busy working with customers buying merchandise. Old Tax Park was full of taxis like any other normal working day, and passengers were boarding as usual. Border riders were operating their business, although they claim poverty pushed them out of home. Chigenyi Nasa, a cyclist, claims that the national top leadership has forgotten the grassroots people.
Poor people. So that's why we are trying to working hard. If it doesn't work, nobody can eat.
Chinkosa era ensonga lwaki siri Arua.
Nze nga nze tiimu David Lutalo the Hayers tulina ekivulu cricket oval era olwaleero ssaawa 12 emiryango gigenda kubanga miggule. I have to say so. Awulululu oba nkuba ankube nsibye gisenso. Awulululu guno omululu munkulu anankubisa n'enduulu. Awulululu lave nsibye n'enkalu ezo.
At Naxal Market, vendors sold vegetables and fruits, but also traffic jam was concentrated along downtown streets. Roadside preachers were active.
Gamba tukomewo tweka amakubo gaffe bebe gamba tukwate ekkubo eryalambikibwa n'oyo akutte ekigambo kya Katonda bebe gamba yeyeka afaananye ng'omusajja omugezigezi eyasimba ennyumba ye ku lwazi.
However, in areas where public servants work, the people in the farm sector showed that they stayed home since offices were closed. Panunya Cosmos and Susan Nagawa reporting in Kampala.
So President Donald Trump has told global finance leaders he will always put the US first, noting that that does not mean America alone. In his inaugural address to the World Economic Forum in Davos in Davos, he continued to attack that the US would not tolerate unfair trade, that the US would not tolerate unfair trade, aiming to protect local manufacturers first, aiming to protect this policy appeared to contradict with Davos. This policy appeared to contradict with Davos conference's goal of promoting the globalization achievements of his first year in office, including cutting corporation tax and lowering the unemployment rate, cutting corporation tax and lowering the unemployment rate, and said the US was more attractive than ever to foreign investment.
Time to look at what's happening in sports. Straight away into rally. All is set for the 2018 Mbarara Rally, which officially gets underway this Saturday with 5 stages expected to be covered by all the drivers. Scrutinizing of the vehicles has been complete, and with the provisional starting list led by Christakis Afitidis, followed by Ronald Sebaguzi in what many anticipate to be a tight contest. If you love speed, you can join the Mbarara Rally 2018. Moving on to rugby, it's been an action-packed evening of rugby as Uganda Rugby Creme de la Creme top 2 clubs clashed in the ongoing first round 1 of Nile Special Rugby League. Helen Gizamba has more on this.
Black Pirates Club continue to assure the Cubs that they are the kings of the jungle in the game when they beat them twice in the 2017-2018 season. Imanzi Raymond's early 7th-minute try in the first half gave Pirates an upper hand to edge the Cubs 28-11. Cubs played a more defensive game, while Pirates expansively outclassed them, scoring more tries through Captain Ivan Magom and successful penalty kicks by Joel Anguyo. Pirates center attributes the win to commitment in training and teamwork.
Shuffle, we go back to zero because we are a very young team. We can go harder each game. We have less injuries because we are still fit. So after the win, we shall celebrate, then go back to scratch. Because we take each game at a time. We shall not say we have won the league because we are on top. But after each game, whether small or big, we take it as a final.
Pirates lead the table with 37 points. Cobs in second has 35. Third place Rhinos with 24. Action continues tomorrow with Rhinos hosting Ginger Hippos at Legends, while Warriors host Heathens in the same venue. And Makere Best Impis will play Buffaloes. Meanwhile, the Uganda Rugby Cranes host Czech Republic in a friendly match in preparation for the World Cup qualifiers slated for this year. For UBC, Helen Barbara, Jizamba.
Well, thank you so much there for being a part of us. As the set, Patricia Lokoma together with Bokenya Wycliffe.
And I'm Rhoda Ngonzi.
From the entire news team, we say good night.
Good night.